Hey guys, Thunder here. Today we're going to talk about talents, in particular the Transcendental Tornado talents, which is a pretty popular talent that has some really nice uses. But before we get into that, if you could take a moment to like and subscribe, it helps keep the channel growing and help people find the channel so everyone can learn and improve at Questland together. Alright, hopping on over into the video here. If we take a look at the Transcendental Tornado talent, right, our 1 blue is really the most popular use of this talent. It's called Remedy Breeze, and it gives you a % health heal, which is really nice considering health is really strong right now, and a lot of players get large health values, so this scales really well. In addition, you build up some blue intensity every time you use this, and if your intensity reaches 3, you're going to get a much stronger heal from this talent, which is really, really good. So if you went and hit this talent 3 times, you would max out your blue intensity and start getting some really big heals. However, a popular combo is to have this talent chain. So you use one ability, right? And it triggers this ability. And the most common way of doing that is actually with the sword wielding talent. Now, this is going to do 3 attacks on the 4R, but say if your intensity is active, you'll use 1 blue. So the most popular way of using this is you'll come over to Transcendental Tornado at the start of your fight, you'll hit 1 blue to heal and put a blue intensity up. Now, since you have blue intensity, when you use your 4R, you'll use 1 blue, which will in turn heal you and give another blue intensity. So this will build your blue intensity over time, so you can just keep using the 4R from sword wielding and always get a heal every turn, which will build up into this much larger heal. Now, because you do include a heal in this combo and using it with sword wielding is really, really popular, one of the things you can take a look at is actually having a main hand with the red hoarder passive. And this is when you're healed, you get 2 blue spirits added back to your board, which is actually really quite strong. So this means you'll use 4 red to use your sword wielding, right? You'll chain over to your Transcendental Tornado's heal, which will give you 2 red back, which is a pretty powerful combo that sees quite a bit of use, so keep that in mind. Alright, opening up Transcendental Tornado, we can take a look at the 2 blue skill, Wind of War, which will do a magic attack on your opponent, which is quite good, and it will increase your attack stat by 10%. Now, it's a little bit tricky to trigger 2 blue from an attack build to leverage that 10% attack, but there are a couple of talents that can really kind of click in with this a little bit. The first is actually the Assassin's Way talent, right, which could trigger your 2 blue when your shield is destroyed. And since it does 4 melee attacks, right, this will scale really well on a 10% attack. So if you're using Assassin's Way, triggering a 2 blue like that could be a way to scale up your damage. So that's one combination you could look at. I wouldn't say it's popular, but I have seen it from time to time. Additionally, if you're trying to really work on triggering this 2 blue, there's another combo that's actually not bad, and it comes off of Deadly Claw. Right, so the 2 blue in here, right, is going to, off the 2 red this time, right, is going to have an attack which will scale, which is great, right, and if your blue intensity is level 3, you can go ahead and chain 2 blue. Now this is only a 50% chance, and you need a maximum blue intensity. So it's a little bit hard to actually leverage this in practice, but it is worth noting that this combination does exist if we end up seeing some new weapons that could make it popular. Alright, now the final ability on the Transcendental Tornado is Red Tornado for 4 blue. And it's going to deal 3 magic attacks on a random target, give you a red spirit on your board, and if your intensity is 3, you can choose an enemy instead of having a random one. Now this ability really doesn't have much of a use right now, mainly because it's hard to use 4 spirits reliably without having something that's constantly generating spirits for you. So if you use 4 blue, you tend to want to spam 4 blue. And the talent actually works against that by giving you a red spirit, which doesn't help too much. So what you're really kind of looking at here is this ability you're not going to see a lot of use out of. The damage is okay, but not great. If you're really looking for kind of that triple magic attack, then you should probably go ahead and look over here at Storm Blessing, which will give you 4 magic attacks, blue intensity, and then intensity will get rid of the randomness. So I really wouldn't look to the 4 blue for any kind of special combination or anything, but it is worth noting that this talent is used on a lot of red builds. So if you happen to start the fight and you have 4 blue spirits, one option you have is to use 4 blue to kind of clear those off of your board and gain a red spirit, which could be a nice way of kind of trying to clean up your board at the start of the fight so you can spam those red combinations. Alright, this is going to wrap up my guide on the Transcendental Tornado talent. If you haven't yet, take a look at my Patreon, where there's all kinds of awesome perks for members. It helps me keep working on the channel like this and making content for all of you. And on the screen here are some of my awesome Patreons who help keep me going and motivate me with new content and ideas. Thank you very much, and best of luck in your questing. Thunder out.